Ray Clemence is playing in the Charity Shield for the 6th time in 8 seasons, but it's his first match for Spurs since coming from Liverpool a week ago. And the experience he ought to bring to the Spurs defence is underlined by the fact that this is his 35th game at Wembley. The other good news for Spurs fans, Steve Archibald will start the match despite his ankle injury, and he'll be partnered up front by number 11 Mark Falco, who's the replacement for the injured Garth Brooks. In defence, Miller and Roberts keep their places for now, with the new signing Paul Price from Luton named among the 5 substitutes, of whom any 2 can be used. Aston Villa also start with a new signing on the bench, from Coventry, and there's just one change from the Championship team. That's at number 8, where an injury to Gary Shaw gives a chance to David Geddes, whose last Wembley appearance was for Ipswich Town against Arsenal in the 1978 Cup final when he made the winning goal. 2 things about the Wembley pitch. It's 5 yards narrower than it was last season because of the speedway track being laid down, and there's a new mark 10 yards from each corner flag, and that's to indicate where defenders must stand when a corner is being taken. They've got to be 10 yards away. It's an FA experiment, and it's up to league clubs to decide whether or not they follow suit and put the mark on their pitches. And the referee today is Alf Gray from Great Yarmouth, one of our FIFA officials. So Aston Villa start the match playing from right to left, and the 2 clubs in their normal colours. Spurs in white with Glenn Hoddle, number 10. Ardiles. Graham Roberts. Spurs back 4, as it was in the FA Cup final, with Perryman playing right back but wearing 6. That was Des Bremner for Villa, looking for Peter With. Ray Clemence will appreciate an early feel of the ball and gets an appreciative cheer from the Tottenham fans, who are behind the goal that Clemence is occupying in the first half. Ardiles. On the run, Archibald, cut out by Evans. Miller. Here's Hoddle. Challenge was by Gordon Cowans. On by Archibald. McNaught who slipped. Falco could be in. Mark Falco still on his left foot than he is on his right, but that fell to his wrong foot. And the reason it fell to him was because Ken McNaught made the mistake. Geddes now for Villa. Into Peter With. Back to Mortimer. Now Ardiles. Foul by Mortimer, who's shaved his beard off before the start of this season. He may look unfamiliar to some of you. He had that beard for quite a time, the Villa captain. This is Falco to Ardiles. Oh, another foul, but the referee wanted to play an advantage, and a second tackle came in from Colin Gibson. And it's Ardiles who for the moment appears to be the target. Chipped in by Hoddle. And here he is again. Perryman. This pitch looks very rough on the edges, I must say, where this speedway track has been. It's not in Wembley tradition at all. Ardiles. Number 9, Tony Galvin. And the tackle was by Swain. Here's Archibald. Well, Falco, at whatever level he's played, has scored a number of goals. He's a good finisher normally, and he'll be keen to take his chance while Garth Brooks is recovering from that cartilage operation. Archibald it was who chested the ball there to bring it under control, hooked it across, and Falco arrived there under pressure. Well, eventually somebody will bring the ball down. And it was Hoddle with a superb volley pass to Archibald. Foul by Swain, was it? Referee Gray, up with play, said no. Magnificent ball by Glenn Hoddle. The first exquisite skill from the new season provided by him. Cowans. Tottenham are winning an awful lot of tackles in midfield just at the moment, and they're being won by players who weren't noted for their defending. Offside against Archibald. I say weren't because Hoddle and Ardiles at one time were players who only wanted to go forward, but that's a feature of Tottenham's game that really improved on their way to winning the Cup last season. Peter with foul there, ball played on in, but the referee already spotting the use of the arms in the penalty area. Good spot by Alf Gray there as With went up and McNaught closed in. Just see as the long free kick is taken here, Peter With going up first. Look at how he uses his arms there on Graham Roberts, and then Ken McNaught got a bit of a touch, but the whistle had already gone. There's Archibald battling with Swain. Galvin arriving. Nice effort. Tony Galvin, a player who can cut inside on his more favoured right foot, but that was straight at Jimmy Rimmer. Oh, well played by Aston Villa. And here comes Geddes. Well stopped by Ray Clemence, who read the intentions of Geddes and is now stranded. The linesman's flag is up. Clemence will get his free kick, but the initial save was his first of importance for Tottenham because Geddes was through. Put through, in fact, by Tony Morley with a lovely little ball there beyond the Tottenham defence. And Geddes came in at the angle. Ray Clemence read what Geddes was going to do and just got those hands to the ball. Miller. So, Spurs 0, Aston Villa 0. And the Villa fans now making themselves heard at the right-hand end as we look. It's all getting very fiery in there, and lashing out with the foot there. Chris Hughton on Peter With, and Chris Hughton must surely be booked. The referee books Peter With. McNaught, that's a free kick. Bremner, it's a good ball. With now marked by Roberts, off, chopped him. This is becoming something of a vendetta between With and Tottenham at the moment. Villa's free kick. That's Evans getting up, and here he is again. And Clemence saves and then beats With to the rebound. shot by Alan Evans initially. Here's Galvin. Villa. Galvin again. Spurs with 4 players forward. A good tackle by Des Bremner. Here's Tony Morley. The two front players looking for positions, and it's going to come to Colin Gibson, and Geddes on the far post is unmarked, and Graham Roberts intercepted. Otherwise, a certain goal for Aston Villa. David Geddes was just waiting to snap up the cross. Just get the feeling that temperatures have been rising a little bit these last few minutes, and the referee having a word with Tony Morley, who I think was possibly booked for dissent. Ray Clemence didn't make the cross. And Villa's player of the year last season, Big Peter With, puts them in front. There's Clemence going up, got confused with his own defender, and With put the ball in. Poor Ray Clemence, most unfortunate. But for Peter With, the sort of goal that centre-forwards thrive on. When it drops like that, there it goes in the back of the net. Jimmy Rimmer using his head in more ways than one. But here comes Spurs with Galvin. Ardiles. This is Villa. And Falco. McNaught to Falco. Villa. Ardiles. Archibald. Roberts. Hoddle. That was actually seeking out Tony Galvin. It was a bit late starting, I think. There are 10 minutes to go in the first half, and the league champions, Aston Villa, lead the FA Cup holders Tottenham Hotspur by a goal to nil. This is Perryman. Falco. Hoddle. Tony Galvin coming in on that side, and it was just knocked behind there by Ken Swain. Hoddle spraying the passes about, and Spurs searching for the equaliser. Ardiles cross, Roberts with the header. Miller is in there, but so is Rimmer. with just getting the other side of Roberts, and Tottenham are still just a little untidy at the back. This is Hughton, Villa, and here's Wood. Geddes. Geddes again. Oh, came off Glenn Hoddle. Straight to Gordon Cowns. Swain and Bremner both joining the attack on the far side. This is Gibson. Morley. Cowns. Geddes' flick. Roberts clears. It's Tony Morley for Aston Villa, but poor control. They're playing for an offside here, and they've got it. Spurs moving up, a tactic not particularly appreciated by supporters. And I hope we shan't see too much of that this season. No, Ron Saunders' team are not the offenders there, but that's a particular tactic which was used a lot in the First Division last year, and I, for one, deplore it. That was Falco to Villa. For Tottenham. Ardiles. Archibald. Ardiles. Falco. Good play! Oh, what a great goal by Mark Falco! Magnificent build-up by Tottenham, and what a devastating finish. Archibald involved, so was Ardiles, and Falco, controlling the ball with his left, pivoted and hit it with his right. A magnificent finish from a player who prefers his left foot. And that's brought the afternoon to life. Tony Morley. I'm sure Garth Crooks, who has been a guest of the BBC today, will appreciate that goal from his deputy. Just the sort of thing, too, to give Mark Falco some confidence. Hughton. Well, Spurs manager Keith Birkinshaw will be quite pleased with the strength of his squad if he can bring a reserve in and he can produce a goal like that. Dennis Mortimer offside. Well, that's delighted the Spurs following. Villa playing very square here in defence. Right at the end of the first half, it's Villa for Spurs, Ardiles. Galvin. Taking on Swain. Linesman flags for a free kick to Aston Villa. Well, Jimmy Rimmer stood no chance with that. It came like a bolt from the blue. So the half ends on a high note for Tottenham. And warm applause for Mark Falco. The move which led up to the goal said an awful lot about the tapestry of Tottenham's play. And it equalised an earlier effort, which was far more simple for Peter With, who's making the peace with Aussie Ardiles after what at times was a tempestuous first half. It ends with a score between the league champions and the FA Cup winners of 1-1. Well, that's the Shield they're playing for, and the event actually moved to Wembley in 1974, the year that Liverpool beat Leeds on penalties. But there won't be any penalties today, because if the match is drawn after 90 minutes, the teams share that Shield. They have it for 6 months each. There's an interesting shot there. Steve Archibald is saying to Garth Crooks up on our gantry, look at the way this fella's finishing. It'll be tough for you to get your place back after Falco's goal in the first half. So away goes Spurs, playing now from the right in the second half. There's Galvin. And Villa. Dennis. And here's Bremner. Bear in mind that either side can use 2 substitutes out of the 5 on the bench. Villa. And if Archibald feels the effects of the injury in the second half, then I've no doubt that Tottenham will think about bringing on either Gary Brooke or Chris Jones, because they don't want Archibald missing from the first league match next week. Receiving attention. He's changed his gloves a couple of times, Jimmy Rimmer. Here's Archibald for Spurs. It's a somewhat risky ball, but Chris Hughton got it by courtesy of Peter With. Nobody to his right at all. But there were 3 players to his left, and one of them is Galvin. Away by McNaught, here's Hughton. Oh, Falco missed his kick. And Hoddle. To Galvin. Falco scores again! Well, what a match he's having. Spurs fans celebrate once more. They've come from behind to take the lead, as indeed they did in the cup final replay. Galvin's cross, Ken McNaught with a header out. It came to Chris Hughton, whose shot landed at the feet of Falco, who completely missed the first one. Suddenly Galvin had the ball back again. It went to Hoddle, then to Galvin, and here's Falco now finishing with his trusted left foot. So 3 minutes gone in the second half, and Spurs lead 2-1. And Mark Falco's on a hat-trick, and would you believe, no player has scored a hat-trick in the Charity Shield since 1957, and it happened against Aston Villa. Here's Villa. Ardiles to Villa. Oh, he's got Falco in here. And this time Rimmer foils him. It was Tommy Taylor, the late Tommy Taylor of Manchester United, who last scored a Charity Shield hat-trick 24 years ago. Tommy Taylor, who died in the Munich air crash only a year later. Well, when it comes to matches at Wembley, it's very difficult to keep Tottenham down, as Aston Villa are discovering. They've got a really terrific Wembley record, Tottenham, in FA Cups, League Cups, although they've never played in the Charity Shield at Wembley before, and neither, for that matter, can Aston Villa. And a substitution, because Dennis Mortimer is still suffering from that injury, and he is going off, and Andy Blair, signed from Coventry City for a fee eventually fixed by the tribunal, is going to get his chance as Mortimer goes off with an injury. Now Andy Blair is wearing number 13, and he started off on the left-hand side of midfield with Gordon Cowans in the centre. With Clemence wanting to claim that and eventually doing so. Aston Villa need a bigger squad this season. They were very lucky last season with ever present. 7 players played in every match, and they've got a European Cup campaign this year as well. So the reason for Blair's signing was to strengthen the squad. Evans. And there goes Geddes. And that's where Clemence is going to give Tottenham something, I fancy. His ability to come out and patrol that area behind the back four, where he likes to be very much in charge. There's Andy Blair. Well played by Colin Gibson. It's going to come to Tony Morley, and there's width coming in, and that's gone in. And again the cross beats Ray Clemence, and again Peter With puts the ball in the net, and Aston Villa are level after 52 minutes. Some very good work initially by Colin Gibson, and Ray Clemence is injured. The cross finally came in from Tony Morley, and Peter With coming in behind David Geddes here as Clemence missed his punch. And in fairness to Peter With, Clemence was already beaten before he was injured. So Peter With 21 goals last season, has got 2 in this match, and the Tottenham goalkeeper, signed from Liverpool last week, is having a harrowing debut here. Now, it may just be that Aleksic, who's been displaced by Ray Clemence, will have to be prepared now to come on as a substitute, because the 5 subs obviously include a goalkeeper, and Aleksic, who played in the cup final, is just getting ready in case Ray Clemence can't. Steve Birkinshaw watching anxiously. So on his 35th appearance in this famous stadium, Ray Clemence having a very difficult match. So Peter With puts the score back to 2-2. 2 for With and 2 for Falco. Here's Villa. And now it's Hoddle. impression is that Glenn Hoddle has drifted out of the game after that rather dramatic start he made in the first 10 or 15 minutes. But perhaps he'll come back into it later on. With up again, here's Bremner, and now Blair, and Blair again, and it might run for Peter With. Well, there's been some lively play spasmodically in the two penalty areas, and Aston Villa very close to going 3-2 up there. Falco, good turn by Mark Falco, and Jimmy Rimmer gets down very well to that sort of shot. It's one of his specialist pieces of goalkeeping, his positioning when a player is coming in on goal. He was in absolutely the right place, and he made the save look a great deal easier than perhaps it might have been. Falco coming in there, finding space for this shot, but look where Rimmer is. Geddes, Cowans, and there's one for Clemence to turn against the bar and over from Des Bremner, and he's smiling his way through it, Ray Clemence, but he's having one of those days. Really teasing ball that, and as David Geddes comes in, Clemence turns it against the bar. Corner to Villa. There's McNaught who was up, there's a whistle gone, Blair shoots, a player in the penalty area doing some pushing, and a free kick. 15 minutes left then in the Charity Shield, the score 2-2. But it's been a match of fits and starts. There have been some long quiet periods, and then all of a sudden flashes of excitement. Archibald dispossessed by Gibson, and he's got Geddes on the left wing, well placed. Peter With making his way into the penalty area, joined by three others, and Roberts turning it back. Glenn Hoddle, here he is again. Gordon Cowans. Blair. And again, here's With. Oh, Blair was fouled there after he played the return ball. Paul Miller was the offender. Andy Blair trying to tuck it back into Peter With, and as he did so, Paul Miller was very late with the tackle. Well, they've got three tall men to come in on this, Aston Villa. They've got McNaught, Evans and With. Blair squaring it to Morley. There's Bremner. Evans in there, so is Geddes. Point about Geddes is that he's playing in place of Gary Shaw, who's injured, but in 3 of Villa's 6 friendly matches prior to the season starting, Gary Shaw has been substituted, which suggests to me that Ron Saunders is not entirely happy with Shaw's form at the moment, despite his reputation, and so Geddes is playing for a place. Ron Saunders renowned for keeping players' feet on the ground, and he won't stand anybody getting bigger than the rest of the team. I think Aston Villa's pre-season build-up has been rather more forceful than Tottenham's in terms of the number of matches played and where they've been, and it may be that they're nearer to match fitness and will be a little stronger in the last few minutes here. Swain. And there's width. Oh, Roberts let him go. That was a mistake by number 4, Graham Roberts, which he quickly acknowledged. Sometimes defenders can get on the wrong side of a forward, which is what happened there. You see, Width just got away from Roberts, but the angle was tight and the shot was wide. Falco. Here's Hoddle. Oh. Well, even the best of us lose the place at times. Here's Bremner. There. That was Galvin's tackle on Bremner. It's a corner to Aston Villa. To Width up there again, Ozzy Ardiles to clear. Gibson to put it back. And that was Tony Galvin. And that was Falco, and they're making a real mess of this, Tottenham. Geddes. Well, goodness me. You'd think somebody could have got that ball away, and I'm sure Keith Birkinshaw thinks they should have done. They just brought the pressure all the way back on themselves. Driven back in there by Tony Morley as he fell. There was some untidy defensive football from Tottenham just then, which certainly won't do when the league season starts. Hoddle. Mr. Hughton. Aston Villa shooting down space in front of Villa and indeed in front of Ardiles, and he's trying to shake off Blair. There's Galvin. Swain who came across. So we're going to see a grandstand finish. Here's Archibald. Spurs have got a corner anyway. Ardiles. Headed away by Bremner as far as Hoddle. Then headed away by Blair as far as Archibald. Well, that may or may not have been going in, but Jimmy Rimmer wasn't taking any chances. Steve Archibald hasn't had much of a size of goal this afternoon, but he hit that on his left foot, and I think it might have been, or it might have curled in. Anyway, good save. With back into Ken McNaught, who's come forward. Looking for Tony Morley, but it's too strong. McNaught complaining to the referee that he was fouled after the ball had gone. Here's Falco. Oh, nice back heel by Hoddle to Falco, but there wasn't much on for him. Here's Swain. Oh, and that back heel was by width, and here comes Kenny Swain again, and Chris Hughton just made it. So the Charity Shield is shared, with the two clubs holding the trophy for 6 months each. Mark Falco will be very pleased with his personal performance. 2 goals for Tottenham, one with his right foot and one with his left. And Peter With, always on hand when there are chances in the 6-yard area, twice benefiting from mistakes by Ray Clemence to level the final score at 2-2. Spurs keep their unbeaten record at Wembley. They've had 8 appearances here, 4 FA Cup wins, 2 League Cup wins, a draw in the first FA Cup final last season, and now a draw in the Charity Shield. So Tottenham as a club still to lose at Wembley.